before his official state visit to Guyana, the friendship formed between President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo, and President David Granger was very evident. Ghana and Ghana have enjoyed cordial relations since the establishment of diplomatic ties on May 14, 1979. However, it was this 2019 state visit which would cement an even greater cooperation between the two states. This is InfoHub In-Depth, and today we take a look at the recent state visit of the Ghanaian leader.
Are you ready to embark on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America, where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape? From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways and lush enriching rainforest would provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. This untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travelers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.
In the wee hours of Tuesday morning, June 11, the Ghanaian leader arrived in Guyana and was given a full military welcome.
May I invite you to review the parade, Your Excellency.
The visiting head of state was then introduced to the welcoming party by President Granger, which included Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu and other cabinet ministers.
Education, infrastructure, public service, communities, for Secretary Carl Director General of the Ministry for Health. Director General Ministry for Affairs.
President Akufo-Addo was then whisked away to the Marriott Hotel in Georgetown, where he would rest a bit and then get ready for a busy day.
Later in the day, President Akufo-Addo paid tribute to the founders of the non-aligned movement and Kofi, who led the Great Rebellion of 1763, with floral tributes at the non-aligned and 1763 monuments, Georgetown.
The Ghanaian president was accompanied by Minister of Foreign Affairs Dr. Karen Cummins and Ambassador Dr. Timothy Critchlow. The non-aligned monument was unveiled by His Excellency Arthur Chung, the first president of Ghana, in honor of the founders of the non-aligned movement, whose founders included the presidents of Egypt, Ghana, India, and Yugoslavia. The monument also commemorates the 1972 conference on August 8 to 11 of foreign ministers of non-aligned countries, the first of its kind to be held in Guyana. President Akufo-Addo was then escorted by Dr. Cummins to the 1763 monument, Square of the Revolution and Brick Dam, where he was received by Chairman of the International Decade for People of African Descent, Vincent Alexander. He laid a floral tribute at the monument, which was built to commemorate the 1763 revolt, also known as the Great Rebellion, which occurred on plantations in the Berbice River.
The Ghanaian leader then met President David Granger at State House, where a luncheon was held in his honor at the Baridi Benab. However, before this, the two heads of states held bilateral talks in the company of their foreign affairs ministers.
Director General of the Ministry of the Presidency, Joseph Harmon, spoke to members of the local and foreign media moments after the signing of bilateral agreements.
The President of Ghana made a very clear offer that they are prepared to assist Guyana with technical cooperation, with the personnel and so on, to assist us in the development of the oil and gas sector. So this is very important to us because what they did was to commit to pay the salaries, the transportation and everything to get the people here, and all we will need to do is to find accommodation for them. So I think this was a very clear commitment on the part of the Ghanaians to the development of our oil and gas sector.
Harmon also disclosed that agreements were signed on the abolition of visa requirements for citizens of the two states.
What it means is that persons who are the holders of diplomatic, official and regular Guyanese passport can travel to Ghana, and likewise Ghana can come to Guyana without the requirement for a visa. In the initial stages, they will be entitled to at least 90 days without having to renew. But after 90 days, then there is a requirement for a renewal based on the laws of the respective countries.
Daddy!
Agreements were also signed for collaboration in areas of trade and industry. As the day progressed, a surprise awaited the visiting president. He was conferred with the Order of Excellence, Guyana's highest national award.
Established in 1970 under the Constitution of the Orders of Guyana, the Order of Excellence is limited to 25 living citizens of Guyana at a given time, usually bestowed upon the Guyanese during celebrations of Guyana's Republic and Independence anniversaries respectively. It is awarded for service to country, which would have significantly improved the lives of citizens and communities. However, in this event, President Granger explained that the orders provided for the award to be bestowed upon a foreign national, and it was for his unflinching support for the rights of developing states that President Akufo-Addo was being conferred with Guyana's highest national award.
President Akufo-Addo, a distinguished statesman, is recognized for his invaluable exertions in promoting economic security and stability on the continent of Africa, his steadfast dedication to regionalism, and his tireless efforts to promote the interests of developing states. Developing countries look to his continued leadership and stewardship in the protection of their gains and in securing their future. Guyana regards him as a dear friend and as a brother. I congratulate President Akufo-Addo on his investiture. I thank him again for his stewardship in his own country and his leadership in the developing world.
President Granger also lauded what he described as the Ghanaian president's valuable exertions in promoting economic security and stability on the continent of Africa, his steadfast dedication to regionalism, and his tireless efforts to promote the interests of developing states. In the meantime, President Akufo-Addo said he was more than honored to receive an award.
I'm not quite sure that all of these strong words that you have said in my regard are completely worthy, but they certainly provide me with a guideline that I have to try and achieve. I'm very grateful. I'm very, very concerned about how the two of us in our two countries can work together to promote the welfare of the interests of our people. Thank you very much indeed, sir.
Later on, as he made his historic address at State House, the President of Ghana would praise President Granger for the welcome he received at the Chedi Jagan International Airport, calling it a welcome befitting that of a true and dear friend. As he spoke on possible areas of collaboration between the two states, the Ghanaian president said he was happy that the two countries could collaborate in areas of petroleum development and tourism.
We are looking at deepening our bilateral cooperation with your country, Mr. President, in the areas of agriculture, energy, trade, education, and tourism. Ghana has been a modest producer and exporter of crude oil from 2011 onwards, having discovered the resource in commercial quantities. In 2007, under the leadership of the outstanding Ghanaian statesman, the second president of Ghana's Fourth Republic, His Excellency John Ajikun Kufuor. Very recently in my town, we made again discoveries of substantial offshore oil and gas deposits, working with the Norwegian oil giant Aker Energy, which will transform us into a significant player in the industry. We've heard the good news too of the recent discovery of large deposits of oil and gas offshore Guyana. We should explore promptly the possibility of establishing a joint vehicle to assist in the effective initial management of oil and gas revenue.
President Akufo-Addo also praised the leadership of President Granger.
I have to commend you, Mr. President, for the strong leadership you've exhibited upon assuming the reins of government in 2016. From a growth rate of 3.2% at the end of 2015, the Guyanese economy, according to the Economic Commission for Latin America and the Caribbean, is projected to grow at 4.6% this year. The agricultural and extractive sectors of the economy are witnessing significant growth. It would be fair to conclude that your vision of building a diversified and resilient economy is on course.
He then reflected on some of the commonalities shared between the two.
Your Excellency, in the aftermath of our brief meeting in Havana nearly 2 months ago, I came to realize that some events of our lives are intertwined and similar. I can outline them. We were once high functionaries of a ruling government and then became leaders of the opposition. And now here we are again as presidents of our respective countries. As fate would have it, Mr. President, you happen to be a year older than me, contrary to what the booklet says. So it was appropriate that you became president a year before I did.
The Ghanaian president then made a final stop for the afternoon at the Umanayana, where he viewed an exhibition of local products. He was accompanied by the Minister of Public Telecommunications, Catherine Hughes. He was received by Minister of Natural Resources, RAPHAEL TROTMAN, who later on noted that the visit of the Ghanaian leader has forged a better relationship between the two nations.
Two agreements were signed this morning dealing with free movement of skills and closer collaboration between our GUYAN and their investment agency in Ghana. So we're hoping that in particular rice, forest products, and as you know, His Excellency just came from visiting 2 rum distilleries, which will be both DDL and Banksia H. So on those 3 platforms, we hope to enhance our trade.
At the end of the exhibition, Minister Trotman presented a token of appreciation to the Ghanaian leader. Tokens were also given to 4 members of the Ghanaian delegation.
Following the Umaniana, the Ghanaian leader would meet with the local Ghanaian diaspora in Guyana, during which he revealed that Ghana was committed to working to bridge the gap between Accra and Georgetown with direct transport.
So I've had an opportunity to talk to the President to see how we can all cooperate together, and for you to have an opportunity to learn from what we have been doing in Ghana, so that the do's and don'ts become clearer for you and help you build a robust and stronger system for dealing with these world. There are other areas of cooperation that we want to undertake in education, in transportation, a direct link between Accra and Georgetown.
In the meantime, as he opened the floor for questions and comments from the audience, the Ghanaian leader was directly asked about his position on women in leadership, particularly in his own country.
A woman one day will be president of Ghana. The percentages that you're looking at, I think the cabinet is something like 26%, 19% in the parliament. And then, I mean, beyond that, there are very critical offices of the state which are occupied by women in my time. The Chief Justice of Ghana is a woman, is the second to be succeeded in a woman. But I appointed a woman as Chief Justice of Ghana. The Chief of Staff of the Presidency, who's the person who basically is responsible for running the office of the President, is a woman. It's the first time in our history that we've had a woman as Chief of Staff.
President Akufo-Addo was also presented with gifts by the Ghana Day Organizing Committee.
So when a Guyanese goes to Ghana, he or she most likely will think he is in Guyana, because the culture is very similar, the foods are similar, and the warmth is similar. When I'm in Guyana, I don't feel like a stranger. I actually feel among my people. And because I've worked in so many countries in Africa, Guyanese really look like family.
The Ghana Day organization, we were very, very happy. I mean, I don't think we're going to take the smiles off of our faces for a very long time.
Well, in my opinion, I feel that Guyana had left off our connections with the continent of Africa, and to some degree Asia as well, going back from the 70s, the 1970s, when we used to have a lot of heads of state from Africa and from Asia visiting Guyana. But somehow that petered out for a few years. So I'm happy to see that we are now restarting these sort of diplomatic activities and having this kind of state visit from the continent of Africa.
After 2 days of courtesy visits and bilateral talks, a luncheon in his honor, and an eventual conferral of Guyana's highest national award, President Nana Akufo-Addo bid farewell to Guyana.
His private plane departed the Chedi Jagan International Airport at approximately 9:45 hours on Wednesday, June 12. This followed a full military hail afforded to a visiting head of state and a dear friend and brother, as stated just the day before by His Excellency President David Granger.
This has been InfoHub In-Depth. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.